Welcome back to LFGRX podcast. Today I'm joined by Brian Fleck. He's the owner of Wait It Out and future affiliate micro gym owner of Flex Gym. What's up, man?
Not too much. I appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you're here, man. All right. So like we do with most of our guests, we dive into your history. So if you could break down your home gym story and your small business story, I'd love to hear more about Wait It Out and what you have planned for Flex Gym.
Yeah. Well, home gym story, I really, 3 years ago didn't have any home gym or anything. Obviously, the pandemic changed a lot of people's lives, which,
Yep.
helped get a lot of home gym recognition in the world, but led me to create Wait It Out. I have another business as well that I was working with, industrial supplies, like a Granger, Vasinol, do
Mhm.
manufacturing, production supplies, still doing that. But I happen to
Oh,
know
wait,
a lot of
pause for a sec.
manufacturers.
You have 3 businesses now?
Well, yes,
No
technically,
kidding.
maybe
That's
four.
awesome.
We're not
Hell
sure yet.
yeah. Awesome. All
Might
right,
be
my
another
bad, dude.
golf
I'm just
business in making,
That's so
but
badass. Okay, go ahead.
word. But yeah, so that started 3 years ago. Obviously, the pandemic hit. Everybody knows the story. I don't have to go into
Mhm.
details there.
Yep.
But I really just wanted some weight plates for myself. I lived in an apartment at that time, and I always went to, I don't know if anybody, Lifetime Fitness is where I belonged to at that time, and I was working out all the time, and obviously it kind of shut down overnight where you're like, okay, what do I do? So I reached out to some of my network and I just wanted some weight plates, and obviously solid steel weight plates are the easiest things to make, most expensive, but easiest things to make at that time. And thin, easy, they're calibrated basically, they weigh what they say,
Mhm.
and which I didn't really care at the time, just because I wanted something for my house and just give me some kind of weight. And I could make it
Okay,
out of
so it
concrete.
started with you just trying to equip your own home gym.
Yeah, and then
No
help
kidding.
local community. The
Yeah.
goal was I want to have a little something to get a curl bar, get something small because
Mhm.
I'm in a let's just say I'm in a small apartment at the time. I'm with my wife. My wife is actually a pole fitness general manager of a studio,
Mhm.
and they have like a pole that can move around to different locations and be not just stationary. So that was inside my apartment too. So I had this little apartment with a big pole in the middle and some workout stuff. Then we
Nice.
had the rest. But anyway, so we had them made. It worked. It was just raw solid steel at that time, nothing crazy. And I was like, all right, I'm going to help out the local community here because I know people are looking for weights. Maybe I'll make a little extra money too, obviously. Um, so put them on Facebook and people were buying them. Thought they were kind of cool. We put a little COVID 2020 on there as a marketing thing. So people were like, these are collector items, right? I didn't
Yeah.
expect anything to
Yeah.
happen much after. Who
How
knows?
many
We
of
didn't
those
know how
plates
long.
did you make?
I want to say maybe 200 of them.
Okay.
So
Do you have any more of them in stock, or are they all out?
oh, I have obviously my own, but there's a lot of people who bought them on Facebook just to have them for collector's items. I'd say
Nice.
a lot. There's at least 200 of them, right?
No kidding.
So
Yep.
they may still have it, but I don't, who knows? There's some people just oil them and display them. They may be a collector's item for them in the future. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
good
I love it
investment.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But obviously that we didn't want to keep COVID 2020 on there forever because you get a lot of complaints too, like, what's wrong with you? You're crazy.
Yeah,
You're
I can
this
only
and
imagine. I was just about to say that. You must have gotten some
yeah.
hate mail.
Oh, I mean, and obviously our logo had a mask on it before
Oh,
because I thought it was
did
a
it
cool
really?
play. Yeah,
Oh
so
shit,
my
that's
whole
awesome.
goal was to take the mask off when we were done with COVID, which took a couple of years. So, but it was a fun play. I thought it was good marketing, but people got mad at that too. I was like, I'm sorry, it's just a logo, guys. But
Yeah. Yeah.
there's not a political stand here. It's just a logo. But
Yeah.
um, so yeah, so I put stuff on Facebook, did that, and then I said, all right, well, there's something here. People on Facebook were buying them, and they said we've been looking for these for years. We wanted something like this, that solid steel aspect, and nobody makes them on a
Mhm.
mass production, right? More of a, if you know a local job shop down the road, you might pay extra money just to have two or three made, two or three
Yep.
pairs, but it's not quality. It's just a piece of steel. There's no
Mhm.
like special coating to it, and it's pretty expensive to do. Just a couple offhand. Not that isn't expensive to do regardless,
Right.
but one-offs are very expensive. So you have to find a volume aspect of it to bring down the cost. So that's when I started doing the business, started a website on GoDaddy, just put a generic one up there. And we
Mhm.
did pretty good. I mean, It was something small, something easy. I could control costs, I could control shipping. People just needed weights at that time, so they didn't really care. But as the
At
business
this time, was it
progressed,
a one man operation? This was just you grinding away.
yeah, basically. I mean, I see pictures. I rented a little storage unit, and I had to put everything in my truck, like from if I was packing 45s, I was in the heat in the August sun,
Mm.
sitting there sweating my butt off because there was no shade anywhere. I couldn't go inside the storage unit because it was too full of stuff, small. And I was sitting there. Obviously, they were raw before, so I oiled every single one down before I shipped it out, and then put a disclaimer on there saying, "Hey, make sure you oil them in 3-in-1 oil or something long term until we figure out a coating process."
Hmm.
Again, I didn't think this was going to last too long, so I was just like, "Let's just enjoy what we got right now. Use a storage unit. Would
You're
have to
kidding. So the
load up."
idea was just to have fun while you started this. Was it
Yeah,
weighted out at the time?
yeah, it was still waited out. It's something we did make it. I didn't make it an official business because I didn't think it was going to be official business.
Got it.
So I
Got it.
just let it
No
be
kidding.
waited out and made the logo and didn't do much with it. But anyway, so I'd pack up the weights and I might get 20, 30 packages a day, but packing up the weights, it's not a easy thing to put in a box, put some tape on it, and move on because they are weight plates solid steel. You got to back that time I didn't have a strapping machine like I do now, so I was still hand strapping everything. It took probably like 7, 8 minutes per box, which for 50 pounds per box, 7, 8 minutes, and you do 30 packages, it sucked.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So I would actually have I'd put it all in my truck, then I'd drive over to my apartment, and then UPS would meet me there. So I'd have to reload them twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever the case may be. And they'd meet me there because the UPS store did not like me after a few times. They're like, you're
You
out.
made him work.
Well, I was bringing 20, 45 pound plates, and they're
Yes.
like, you can't bring UPS store stuff in here. So got the pickup to come to my house, and he was a
Hmm.
nice UPS guy. He was awesome. He's like, yeah, no problem. Long story short, we got out of the storage unit. I found that maybe I was going to do fulfillment, FB, like 3PL. They were going to do it for me and pack them for me because we were getting busy. And that didn't, they were not so good at what they were doing. I ended up doing everything myself, but I had a warehouse to do it at. They gave me a free spot. So it was actually had shade and air conditioning. It was
Nice.
great.
Nice.
Um,
Where were
so
most of the
that,
orders coming from? Are these people that were trying to fill up their home gym and we're still talking about COVID timeframe?
yeah, still COVID time. Home gym. I mean, commercial gyms, there were some that ordered, but not many.
Hmm.
We could have been a private little barbell club or something that did that. But solid steel is sometimes a little harder in commercial gyms, liability aspect of things. And it's not
Dropping on
as,
toes and stuff like that? Or,
yeah, well, I
yeah,
mean, anything dropping your toe is going to hurt, right? But at
sure.
the same time, with solid steel, that could cut toe off. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I don't, not many commercial gyms want to take on the liability of
Hmm.
that. But, LA Fitness's lifetimes, they're not going to touch my weights.
Right.
But the barbell clubs who are just out there to power lift, that's a different
Hmm.
story. They're there. They want to get the highest quality weights and
Yep.
throw them around and not damage them. Had a few of those, but mostly it's home gyms. Because the home gyms we're buying just through their website. We went to another website with WordPress, made that, hired a marketing team. Didn't the marketing team did okay. And then ultimately we ended up going to another marketing team, and then let's just fast forward a little bit. Things seem to be going well, but then the solid steel price 2021 skyrocketed.
Hmm.
So what was giving customers maybe $45 a pair had to go up for like 10-pound plates.
Right.
We had to raise it to like $85 to $100 a pair
Hmm.
because solid steel went up so much, and it just dropped business way down. I was like, well, maybe that's my end point.
Okay. Yep.
So but at that time, I was like, I still want cast iron. Their cast iron, obviously, is what most people are used to. So I was
Why didn't you drop it right then? Like what kept you going?
bored. I don't know. I was like, I want to
Dude,
do
yeah.
something. I mean, it was still a time where people are still, I mean, they're not shut down, but 2021 was still that we're
Hmm.
in between what's going to happen. So I was like, well, what else? What am I going to do? I think there's something here. I just have to make sure I adapt properly to
Yeah.
the market. And I knew solid steel eventually would come back down, which it did. I mean, it's still
Hmm.
not to where it was at, but it's a lot better than it
Hmm.
was. It's just a matter of literally waiting it out until that time came and just kind of
Love it.
going from that spot, just not stocking as much, not doing as many marketing things.
Hmm.
And the cast iron was always on my radar. I wanted cast iron just because it's more inexpensive to make, but still high quality.
Hmm.
And made in America, it still can do that, even though there's not many foundries in America that do that stuff. So it took me, I want to say, since I started, it took me about 2 years to finally talk to a foundry to do it for me. And then from that process, I said, okay, a year and a half, I guess I'd say, because it was in January 22 that I finally got a hold of somebody. And it happened to be the second biggest foundry in America that said, yeah, sure, we'll do it. But here you need to pay us for tooling, do all this stuff that takes expensive, and there's a
Hmm.
huge investment involved.
Yeah.
And we were still able to design them just as thin as a solid steel with handles. So that worked out perfectly. And they came out beautiful. Obviously, you see them. They're a piece of artwork, in my opinion, but I'm biased, of
They're
course.
awesome. No,
There's
love them. Yep.
I appreciate it. And not everybody thinks that. They think they're too damn expensive. And who cares? Why do you need thinner plates? I was like, well, you don't. Don't buy them. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to. It's a
Yeah.
free
No,
market.
no one's twisting your arm.
No,
Yeah.
just, I mean, all the social media stuff, that's another, we all get that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, so we got through that little crap per se. And obviously there's a lot of stress that brought on and still
Hmm.
got a lot of stress. I mean, it's been 3.5 years. We're not making money. I'll just be honest, be transparent for everybody out
Hmm.
there. We're still in the innovation and growing period where we know that ultimately we're doing this. People like it. We're providing a service, but it takes time to get over that hump.
Yeah.
So we're trying. We're doing
Yeah,
our
dude.
best, and we do
Hey, man,
feel it's
we're not
coming.
making money either right now, right?
It's
Like
hard.
yeah, we're in pre-revenue, pre-seed stage right now of our journey. So we're right there with you, bro.
I hear. Well, it's always good to have somebody who actually feels the same pain as both people do. It's have somebody to bounce ideas off of and bounce those
Yeah.
pain points off of because we're all in this alone most of the time. And when you're alone, you can beat yourself up so much. I mean,
Yeah.
you get stressed out. You just you're down there like it's not going to work. Oh, it's going to work. Oh, it's not going to work. It's going to work. But it's not going to work. You keep
Dude.
going back and forth. You're like, when do I drop it? Do I drop it? Do I just keep going? I don't know. So it's, but at the end of the day, I've got one life to live, and
Hmm.
I'm assuming I do at least. But if I don't do it or try something that I think is cool, then what's the point? I mean, I don't want to go back to a corporate world
Yeah.
and deal with that because I've been there, done that, and I got out of that. And it's a little more stressful now. Not you don't get a paycheck, but you don't have to deal with corporations. Not that
Yeah.
they're all bad, but the ones
Yep.
I were at were not very fun. So, as I used to do industrial supplies, uh, engineered compressor systems for like big manufacturers that were huge compressor systems.
Hmm.
I did. What else did I do? Mostly that. Mostly just a lot of manufacturing engineering solutions, which is kind of what led me to this point, let's say. Got me my network and what got me understanding what needs to be done to make something like this. So if I need to design other metal products, I'm like, I get the idea because I've seen it work. I know how to deburr. I know what the abrasives needed, the lathes, the CNC machines. I get that stuff. So I guess that led me into all that journey that I hated doing put me here.
Yeah.
And now again, the journey I'm doing is going to put me somewhere else that
Yep.
I might be at another whole different business. I don't know, but right, it's just going with the flow. See what
Yeah, man.
happens. As
Well,
long as I can pay the bills.
that other business you're talking about potentially is, um, few weeks to a couple months away. Talk to us about Flex Gym, the vision
Yeah.
behind that, and why start a micro gym? Like, what was the inspiration for you? What was the draw, and ultimately, what was the decision for you to pull the trigger?
It was more of an impulse decision, to be honest. A decision, like I said, decision, to be
Hmm.
honest. I didn't expect to even do that because I have a home gym, of course, now, and we moved into a house and we have everything we need. But I wasn't going to invite people to my house and do like the Gorks Fitness. I wasn't. That just was something not on my mind. But luckily, just a few weeks ago, I got a text from this landlord that I reached out to about 2 years ago, looking for a warehouse that's right down the road from my house. And he's like, "Hey, we have this. You're on my list. Would you like to see it? Here's the cost." And I was like, "That's closer to my house. My other warehouse is 35 minutes away. I'm paying more over there. Worst case scenario." I'll put my gym in there, and then I'll have my warehouse for the businesses, and then I'll be close to home and not worry about it. Worst case scenario. But then I started thinking, I was like, wait, Gorks Fitness. I want a gym for myself. I want to have other people use my gym too. Obviously, they want to have a showcase stuff too. Like I could be an
Hmm.
influencer for Wait It Out to help other small U.S. businesses.
Yep.
I can also get people to come in and use the product. I get people to just have their gym. It's a growing area. So, long story, let's say short story, just kind of fell into place. Or I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this makes sense. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to get paid for it, right? I'm going to make sure that I get some of the investment back for getting the warehouse. So, it's kind of like you're hedging your bet at that point. So, but then I was like, this is actually, this could be something cool. I could foresee maybe there's a chain of Flex gyms, who knows, just for
Yeah,
private
dude.
experiences.
Hmm.
And obviously my last name's Fleck. So I think, your own private spot, and that's Flex spot, whatever. So I decided to have with the logo, I was like, we need a detective working out as a private spot. Got it. Now,
Yeah.
do I keep the logo long term? Who knows? It was fun to, who cares?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nobody cares. They want
Yeah.
to work out. The
Yeah.
logo's not like, oh my gosh, I'm not working out because that logo. So so that got me there, and I obviously talking with you, and there was a lot of cool things you were going to be doing and are doing that kind of complement the same ideas that I have. I don't want to start a whole new website just to have somebody come in and schedule things that
Hmm.
I know nothing about. So just like Airbnb, I'm not going to call people up to rent my house.
Right.
I'm going to have somebody outsource that service to
Yep.
somebody else that is good at it, and then of course they get their commissions, and I'll get my stuff. But that's what they're good at. So why start from scratch when you got somebody like Dorks Fitness can do that? Which I don't know of any other company that does something like this for a gym aspect. So
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
that's a huge innovation.
Yeah, I got to say, when we first started talking, I am still super hyped about it because so we've got three organizational objectives, right? So we've got three lofty goals. We want to win over micro gyms and erode the barrier to their success. We want to win over users and deliver them a delightful user experience. And we want to win over vendors to give their customers an opportunity to try before they buy. And so you coming on board is in line with our vision to offer a platform that other vendors can point their customers to try their equipment. A vendor has many pain points in their business operations, fulfillment, etc. One of which is um, getting their equipment into their customers' hands. Unless you're a Sornex or a Rogue, where you could go to a CrossFit gym or something, get your hands on their equipment, it's pretty easy. But for the rest of the vendors out there, having your equipment in their hands is difficult. And we think that home gyms and the micro gym concept is a win-win-win for everyone, right? For a vendor to be able to say, hey, listen, we've got a micro gym here, 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 and here. They all have these pieces of equipment. Go check them out to give them a shot, to get your hands on the equipment. If you like it, come back and buy it. From a micro gym perspective, now they're getting endorsement from a vendor, maybe a brand they align with, like, value wise or just like feel branding. And then the customer gets to work out with that equipment in real time, getting a experience that they wouldn't otherwise have available to them. And so, Wait It Out being the first vendor aligned micro gym coming on the platform for me is in so many ways, so many levels, uh, such an exciting proposition and opportunity for us because one, it validates the idea, right? That this is something, you as a vendor, this is a pain point that you have that you would like to solve, among other things and other reasons why you have other motivations, but this is one of them that you can now create a showcase micro gym. You can outsource the scheduling and the payment to GoRx, and you can tell other vendors, hey, if you want a place in Chicagoland for people to try your equipment, send me some stuff. I'm sure there will be deals that we can, people will be able to cut. and then they can go. They can point people to use the gym. To me, this is just so freaking exciting, and
Yeah.
just validates this whole idea.
Yeah, and it aligns with what my envision was too for the future of having a showcase gym just for my stuff, but now it's for everything. My goal was to ultimately have a gym that I could showcase. Like, let's just say that there are college teams or professional teams that want to use the weight plates, but they obviously they need to try them out or
Yeah.
before they invest into them because we can do custom colors, whatever we want. But now, those teams they're not lack of money by any means. They're going to get the best of the best and try this stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
they may have somebody fly out to the showcase gym and say, "Let me look at some of these things." Now, that doesn't just bring my plates into play, but that brings the other manufacturers I'm working with that could say, "Okay, I'd like some of that too." We need this in our facility because that's, we want the best of the best. And we believe that our athletes are the best of the best and they're going to use the best. So that's a huge thing that I was envisioning the whole time. And I think I don't. I'm hoping that works out when it comes to like obviously professional sports teams. I want my plates in there. I know other people want their equipment in there because that's
Mm-hmm.
just a huge. That's a great story to have, but also shows um I don't know what's the word, shows the reason why your product is so premium because not only do home gyms use it, but NFL teams, MLB teams, they all use it too. We've worked with Oklahoma State University. We've got the athletic coach in there. He's
Love it.
bought some of our weights, and we painted one side orange, one side black, OSU, and it's like these are awesome. But I was like, cool, buy
Love it.
more, get something
Yeah.
else, do it over, tell other colleges about it because this is something that it's. If you look at the companies like Intech of the world, if you've heard of them
Mm-hmm.
before, they're in Illinois as well as I am. But not to bash any other competitors, they're great products, but they charge a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to have a lot of. Um, they're kind of set up for that kind of business for customization to college, high schools, professional teams on that aspect. But they also get a lot of money for it. They get good products, but um, you can't. I don't know if we can have both, charge more and get more. But I'd like to have where I can actually charge a very competitive price no matter what the people's pocketbook looks like, they can have a bigger budget for other purchases they need, which could be if they need deadlift platforms for executive fit, they want to have their logo on there.
Mm-hmm.
If they need
Mm-hmm.
deadlift or racks from Black Widow or all these other different companies that we met at Home Gym Con,
Yeah.
which is great, and that transitions me to another reason why that showcase gym is huge. I talked to Black Widow, and I don't know if you remember their setup at Home
Oh,
Gym
I
Con.
do. There was the green one, right? Green and black.
Yeah, that big
Yeah.
rack in the back
Yeah.
of
So
their,
sick.
they had everything. So they're like, "You want that?" I was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
I
for real?
do." They're like, "Yeah, we just, we just said it's collecting dust because there's nothing they can do with it." I said, "Well, I got a place for you."
No kidding.
So that would go into our showcase gym where we're able to show that off. I mean, that's huge to see what that kind of work they do, and it's obviously top of the line work.
Yes.
And I can talk with Executive Fit with the deadlift platforms, get my
Yep.
logo on there and again show off. And I find this to be lots more than just win, win, win. There's like win, 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 win all over the place
Oh,
because
for real.
for
Absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
selfishly for me, I got a gym, I've got my stuff, I've got a showcase area. I should be make some money off it. But at the same time, now I can help other small manufacturers in the US and be kind of an influencer you see on YouTube or anything. Say like, here's what I'm using today, or here's what I got. We got free content now from our clients. They'll show it off.
Mm-hmm.
And it hopefully brings a better understanding of what those other companies are out there doing.
Yes.
I just need to find more and more affiliates to work with, like the Barbell Rescue, like the U-Clips, the Black Widow, those kind of things that they want to work with me. I want people to come to me and say, "Hey, let me put this in your gym, show it
Mm-hmm.
off," that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that so many times, trying to reach out to people to put my stuff in their gym so they can show it off, that I'm want it this way now. And no
Dude.
offense to other people, but it's very expensive to give people product, and I understand that. And
Yeah.
then the problem is, you give people product, they use it one time, and then they don't show it off again. And it's like, all right, we're a small company, just gave you 500 or $1,000 of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all I get.
I got one post. Yeah.
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 So I was kind of done with the influencers. Now I'm like, I can control my own thing and
Yep.
work that out. So I don't know. There's just a big big envision here with
Dude,
course.
bro, I can first let me say I relate as far as like lofty goals and big vision. Dude, I want to have a GoRx affiliate micro gym in every neighborhood globally. Like
Yeah.
that's my vision. That's my lofty ass goal. And we were talking about Jake, or we were talking with Jake the other day on that podcast. And he kept talking about the long game. Like he wasn't in it and it's at the start to earn money right away. He could have probably started making a profit much earlier than he decided to monetize. It's that long game that he ended up playing. Clearly you're playing it, we're playing it. And because the value that I see in, not just business model wise or whatever, that aside. Um, when you take a long game stance in this home gym community, you build trust over time, and that trust over time pays dividends in the long run, because then you get loyal customers and loyal fans, and they want to support your business. And dude, it's just, when you share with me your vision for Flex Gym and Wait It Out, it's just dude, it just motivates me. It motivates me like nuts. But dude, I want to know, like, what kind of equipment or brands are you going to have in Flex Gym? So you talked about Executive Fit, talking to Nate Woods about getting a platform in there. You got the rack coming from Black Widow. You're obviously going to have Waited Out. Are there any others that you have now, or commitments that you've got?
I'm still, obviously with people, whoever hear this thing, if they want to reach out to me or know anybody who's interested in putting stuff in the gym and showing it off, I'm happy to. But we're going through a list currently and seeing who wants to work with us, who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And again, right now barbell rescue, pretty simple, right? They just got a barbell cleaner, easy to do. They're not
Great
committing a
product,
lot
by the way. I
because, yeah,
have it
it's a
in my
great
gym
product,
too.
great,
Yep.
great guy. I
Yeah,
golf
they're
with him.
awesome.
Awesome.
Military owned too.
Yeah, they are. And he was fun to golf with too. He was a great time. But they sent me, barbell. I don't really use chalk, but I know people, I'll probably have access to it at the facility. They will do it. Um, but U-Clip, I've talked with him. Have you heard of him before?
Yep, sure have.
We got their stuff, their clip, I should say, which works
Mm-hmm.
really well with our weight plates. Because you can put two weight plates in the clip and it fits perfectly in there with the
Nice.
handles.
That'd be
So,
great for. I mean, I could think of my own application, my pulley. I've got a pulley in my gym that I use for like my pull downs and stuff, or
mhm,
extensions. Yeah, sick.
it'll work out perfectly for them. I mean, they're a cool product, right? It's a simple design, but it does so many things you can do with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I looking. Those are the four so far. I've reached out to others. There hasn't been, anybody hasn't reached out yet, or they just say, "Cool, let me know," and then I let them know, and then maybe they work or not. But I need to go with the home gym con list and start going through those because that's really, the people that we want to work with. They're
Yeah, they're
all
the ones investing in the community, quite
exactly.
literally.
I'm not
And
looking for bells of steel. I'm not looking for rep. I'm not looking for those big companies because, no offense to them, great product, but that's not, they're good.
right, right,
They've got enough publicity and they're also not all made in the US. I'm not always looking for US made stuff, but at the
sure.
same time, that's kind of the focus. Not everything can be done in the US. I get that. And you and your podcast will be the first to know, to be very transparent. We are working on another weight plate type that
Yes,
is a bumper plate, but it's the thinnest bumper plate ever. So
yes,
tired of the three
yes.
inch bumper plates, and I know a lot of people are. So we should be, again. Don't quote me on this. But it's should be like 1.3 inches, 1.4 inches thick.
What?
And still, I mean, I wouldn't say like
Yes,
you're going to bounce it like CrossFitters do with it, but you
sure.
can get, you can still do your deadlifts and stuff, and great for home gyms, so they're not throwing stuff around and breaking stuff because that's one of the things with ours. We have one style of plate. It's going to break shit, but we need to increase different styles. But the issue is with that style of plate is America can't make it, so
Mm,
we'd have to transition a little bit. And that's just part of the business. As I found out, I'd like to have everything U.S. made, but there are some things America can't do. Now it's because a lot of the stuff, it might be EPA standards with the rubber and stuff. They can't do it. Or the only two people I know who make rubber plates in America, they say they won't. They say they can't do it either. So, and not because the EPA, just because they say they can't engineer it. So was some investigation, and I had to figure out how to get it done because that was always my vision too for the last 2 years. Like, get me the thinnest bumper plate. I need it. So that's
dude,
going to be.
I feel
much
like
more
that would
popular than
sell
I
like
guess.
hotcakes, man. Oh my gosh.
I think
Yes,
so.
I need. Let me try the prototypes, bro. Get the
You
prototypes in my hands.
done. I will have those. I mean, I'm hoping I have the samples done in a couple for 10 days. They're going to test them out, throw them around, see what's going on.
Oh,
And then,
you're that. It's that near that. Like you're gonna be able to get your
yeah,
hands
we're
on some of the
close.
prototypes soon.
Yep, they're making two, and that's why I said something because it's not like I'm still 2 years away
Yeah,
from it. I mean, we tried 100-pound plates too, and we have them, but they're the thinnest. They're only 2 inches. We
no
can make
kidding.
them. But the problem is the price. It might be way out of the market. You're looking at like with shipping and everything could be almost 400 or 500 bucks per pair for 100-pound plates, which is
Yeah.
not
Well,
horrible
dude,
yet.
there will be people that buy it, man.
Yeah.
Because having whatever 3-inch thick bumper plates, like you can only load what 4 on a standard bar
Hmm.
before like you run out of space. Being able to have an inch and a half bumper plate uh, that you could load up, especially for more competitive CrossFit or functional fitness style athletes. Like I feel like that market would eat it up. I mean, that's
Right.
sick. What a sick idea, dude. I
Yeah. I
cannot
mean,
wait.
those the bumper plates shouldn't be. They should be the same price or a little bit higher than our regular plates.
Hmm.
So that'll be competitive. I mean, there's bumper
Hell yeah.
plates out there going for 300 bucks a pair, depending on what you get. They're not cheap, and people complain about our price, and I was like, we're pretty cheap. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I should be more expensive, to be honest, and I will be when you keep complaining. You know,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I'm not. It's the margin is
For
not
you,
high.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I had a guy. I mean, not to get too far into it, I got 2 minutes. I pretty much told the guy he'll never buy from me again yesterday because I don't
It's
know.
your
He had
business.
attitude with me because he didn't get his stuff in a couple of days, even though the website says, "Hey, we're not shipping until October 28th."
Hmm.
And he's like, "No, that's not what I said when I ordered." I was like, "Dude, it's been there for like 2 weeks. I mean,
Hmm.
you ordered on Sunday." And he's like, "Well, you're going to argue with me. Then I just want everything canceled." I said, "Fine. I don't. It's like I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you what the situation is. I
Yeah.
can't control what I can't do. I can't just send you something that we don't have." So just because your time frame in your mind is what it is, so he went on social media, started blasting us, of course, as always. I said, okay, it's fine. Even if you want to buy from me, you're never gonna get. Just
Hmm.
I wasn't arguing with you. I'm telling you the facts. And
Yeah.
if you can't accept that, you got your order canceled. You're fine. But don't be a dick. I mean, it just something bothered you, and that's you take it on everybody. So I mean that
Yeah.
happens. Customers, I've never really had a bad customer. And I appreciate that. All the customers out there, you guys are awesome because you're understanding
Yeah.
and like if I put something up there, I usually put a disclaimer on there so you have the expectations before you get something. But I'll be honest, I've been pretty damn lucky with customers. I mean, they've been
It's
very
awesome, dude.
understanding and that's the only, I think that's really the only guy that really had an issue. Other people might say, I don't want to wait that long, cancel my order. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No problem. But at the end of the day, it's been pretty they've been pretty good,
Dude,
you
I
know. So,
can't lie. I mean, being able to fire a customer is kind of a
well,
boss move. Let's be
well,
honest.
sometimes I mean you can't. There's consequences for your actions,
Yep.
and I mean your couple $100 is not going to change my life, unfortunately. And I would love to, even if you're doing $3,000 or four
Mhm.
thousand. I don't need to be treated a certain way. Nobody
Yeah.
does. And if
Yeah.
you're got other employees, they don't need to be treated that way either. Just because you think you have the right to do that and you're entitled, it's not. It's not how it's going to work. Not in my book. And trust me, there are good customers, there are bad customers in every business you have.
Yep.
And being able to choose your customers is a big deal.
Hell
You
yeah,
know,
man.
you choose your demographics, you choose your customers because you know who's going to give you less headaches. Because
Mhm.
sometimes people give you the most headaches and argue with you all the time, and you get like this much off them, right? Then there's some people like that buy tons and like, hey, they're easy going, they're nice, they understand everything, and you get more off them, and you could build a relationship with those individuals
Yep.
more.
Get referrals, dude.
So
Yeah.
yeah, picking your customers is a huge thing that I've learned, and from both all the businesses, it's like, hey, if you are going to be a lot of energy wasted, and you're not going to be working with me because we're a team, right?
Yep.
We're working together.
Yep.
I'm your vendor, you're my customer,
Yep.
and we have to have a mutual understanding. And if we have to have a win-win situation, if you're going to be, if I'm losing, I can't have you. If you're losing, you can't have me.
Yep.
So why keep going on? But I know you have another meeting at 2 o'clock,
Yes,
and I know
sir.
we have
Dude, well,
covered a
before we
lot.
wrap up, where can people find you if they haven't come across your pages on social media
Yeah.
yet? Where can they find you?
They go to the website, www.waititout.us or .com, whichever you choose. Wait It is obviously spelled like a weight plate, so Wait It Out. Instagram, I think it's Wait It underscore out. Facebook, Wait It Out. Um, TikTok, there's some on there, kind of
Oh
boring.
yeah.
But yeah, basically the website, social media, Drew Gorks Fitness. They sure they post, they tag me, and if you guys
Oh
have
yeah.
tagged me in a few
Oh
things,
yeah.
and we'll be out there soon. You're gonna not be able to avoid us for
Hell
a couple
yes.
of years. So
Hell yeah, dude. Love it. Bro, thanks so much for joining the podcast today. What a great conversation. I'm super excited to be working with you in this affiliate capacity in the future, promoting each other's brands, bringing customers, solving problems. I'm pumped, man. It's going to be awesome.
yeah, solving problems is huge. Creating value for our customers is the biggest thing. So I'm looking really forward to it, and I appreciate the opportunity to allow us to partner up.
Yeah, man. Anytime. All right, brother. Have a good one.
You as well. Thanks, Andrew.
All right.